Blue collar, white collar, black professors, white scholars, politicians, Dalai Lamas. Everybody in the whole wide world need hope if I be honest. I'm in that number.
Hey, good day. Welcome to another episode of Raw Report. I'm your host, Robert BOBTV Brown. How you doing today? Well, let me reintroduce myself because some people obviously getting it twisted that I am a Democrat. They get it twisted that I'm a Republican because I talk about Democrats, as they say, like a dog. You haven't heard me barking at no Democrats, okay? I'm just trying my best to be a truth teller. I'm an American. I love this country just as much as if you want to call me a patriot, I'm as patriotic as they can get. Now, will I go out there and give my body up for an army who don't give a military that don't give two craps about me? Not me. But I have family members that's in the military, and I love and I respect them, and I can see their reason to go on there, going to serve the country. But I am an American, and I am a brother from around the way. I'm a normal dude. My English is horrible. I'm from the South. That's no excuse. But I'm going to butcher up words. As you know, I'm going to mess words up, and sometimes you're going to say, what did he just say? So that's me, Robert Brown. I'm a real American, like Hulk Hogan thing. And I love this country. More important, I love the people of this country. And I'm real cynical of politicians. I'm real cynical of legislators. It doesn't matter what branch it is. I'm very cynical. I am an independent. I do not toe a party line. I realize parties are clubs. It's another form of segregation. All it does is add more division. It doesn't bring the country together. And I realize the majority of people in America are like me, independents. One of the reasons why Democrats do not win because they don't listen to independents and cater toward the need of the independents. He who wins the independents will always win the race. Winning Democrats alone is not enough because a lot of them have left. They're losers. And the only way they can win is strike fear in the heart of people, call people racist, call them a child molester, whatever, to try to win them over. I'm a regular guy, just like you. I live in the Bronx. I'm from South Florida. Got a little college education, not a whole bunch, as you can tell in my vernacular, in my vocabulary. But I got a passion for people. And I care more about people, no matter who you are, being lifted up in this world than party politics. And again, I'm an independent. And I speak for independence as well as people in America. Now, what's the reason for this segment? This segment, we're going to look at Tulsi Gabbard. All right, Tulsi Gabbard, I got to let you know, she's a beautiful woman. When she talks, she got a beautiful spirit about her. Her policies, a lot of them are good. A couple of them I don't agree with. I don't agree with nobody 100%. And what I'm going to do is talk about today her and her opportunity to run for POTUS, to run for presidents, for the presidency. Already, they freaking out. Already, they getting scared. Bernie haven't even announced his run yet. They don't want Bernie to run. The Democrats do not want Bernie to run. And if he do decide to run, they're going to plan on screwing him like they did the last time. They already put measures in the Democratic platform or in the party platform. They totally crapped on the one that he worked so hard to put in place. Nina Turner worked hard on Naomi Konska, whatever her name, running for public advocate in Nomiki Konska. But again, I am an independent. I don't play party politics. I don't vote for parties. I vote for people who love people and who's going to serve and cater toward the people. I don't care what party you're in. Take the party hats. I'm looking dead at you. And anytime somebody come knock on my door asking for their support, I got what they call the People's Platform. It's right below. If you look on the YouTube channel, these are the things I believe in. And if you can promise me, if your platform on that paper matches a lot of stuff I believe in, you may get my vote. Don't matter what party you're in. The thing is, track record, platform, track record, and how well they serve people. Now, people talk about Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez like a dog. She's in my district. Yeah, I voted for her. I didn't vote for her because of Democratic. I vote for her because I seen her in action in the Bronx. I seen her legislation. I seen her activism on the streets for fair teachers pay for funding for schools, for fair funding for foods for kids. She's an activist. And that's who I want in Washington, D.C., people who are fighting for working people, regardless of party. That's why I supported her. That's why I voted for her. And yes, I will be critical of her, and I am oftentimes critical over her because I get to be that way because I voted for her. Most people in America are not in my district. I live in the Bronx, and she represents the Bronx and the Woodside, Long Island city area of Queens. Now, let me get off Ocasio-Cortez. Let's get on Tulsi Gabbard. All right, Tulsi Gabbard, when I really took a look at her, it was based on her integrity that she saw a lot of things that were going on in the 2016 election, and she could not sit idle by. And she favored Bernie, and she felt that it was not fair because I don't supposed to be biased, but dude, I am biased. I am not going to be supporting Hillary Clinton. I'm supporting Bernie Sanders. So she stepped down from, I guess, the DNC vice chairman. The person they have right now is horrible. He needs to go. Obama picked him. They rigged and cheated that election to get him elected. They rigged and cheated the election in California to get a lobbyist elected, a pharmaceutical lobbyist elected to run the Democratic Party in California. And they screwed Kimberly Ellis. They screwed Keith Ellison. And they screwed Bernie Sanders. And Tulsi was not going to have that. All right, so let's get into Tulsi, because already, once she announced, and she just announced a couple of days ago, bam, hit pieces came back left and right. Let's look at a couple of these hit pieces. All right, this is her website. Now, before we go into articles, already right here, I don't like this. I tried to put my email in her website, and it doesn't allow me to look into her platform. I click I'm in. It say I'm in or contribute now. All right, which one is the choice? Am I in, or are you trying to force me to get money? This is an ActBlue deal. This is what ActBlue do. That's why I am for, there's certain apps out there in certain places where you can send money directly to the candidate and bypass places like ActBlue. Let's go ahead and enter anyway. Hopefully I can get in and see her policies. Nope, make a donation. Will you stand with me? When we stand united, motivated by our love for each other and for our country, there is no challenge we cannot overcome. I believe you, Tulsi. But you're trying to get some of my money already, and I haven't seen your platform yet. I can't continue. Only thing I could do is put $1 in and put my name, address, and all that kind of stuff in there and contribute money to her. All right? And as I said, ActBlue is doing this, and I am not a fan of ActBlue. So already, they're requiring my information before I look at the platform. I don't like that, and I don't like that, Tulsi Gabbard. So that's already a no for me. All right, so we're going to go through certain articles. This one, Tulsi Gabbard, homophobic remark surfaced after 2020 presidential announcement. Can I tell you something? I grew up in the South. And I grew up homophobic. Now I'm a person that loves everybody. I'm not the person to judge you for anything. I got my own life to live, baby. You do you and let me do me. You know, and from where I come from, y'all got to make accountable at the end. And I just need to focus on being the best me. Y'all do you. You know, I look at you as an individual, as a human being, metrosexual. It doesn't homosexual, heterosexual. It doesn't matter. I look at you and I love you for you. And I don't judge you on your life. That's your life. You live it to the best you can. I'm Robert Brown, and I approve this message. All right, so this one was an article, Queer Voices, and they uploaded trying to smear Tulsi Gabbard, talking about how her recent, so-called recent, which happened when she was 22 years old, her anti-belief or her anti-support for the LGBT community. Well, most people was like that in America. Most. You probably were too. And it irks my nerves. It irks my nerves when the establishment start attacking people for something they just got with 10 years ago. Obama wasn't with it. Hillary Clinton wasn't with it. Joe Biden wasn't with it. None of them was with it. And now you got the nerves to talk about Tulsi Gabbard because of a statement that she made when she was 22 years old. It said, in one instant, February 2004, Gabbard, at the time 22 years old, state representative, the youngest ever, was testifying against a bill aimed at legalizing same-sex civil union. She was 22 years old. 28 years ago, she was a child. Less than a decade, she was a child. Again, most people were not in support. Public pressure made people, and the changing of the mind and the changing of the heart changed people. And now, majority of America is okay with it. People change. Things change. So here we are. We got articles like this, hit pieces, hub posts, designed to go ahead and take the wind out of the sail of Tulsi Gabbard, because a lot of independents, some Republicans, and a lot of Democrats were hoping for Tulsi Gabbard to run for office. All right, so let's get off the Huffington Post. Let's go to CNN Politics. Tulsi Gabbard once touted working for anti-gay group that backed conversion therapy. Again, it depends on what background you come from. A lot of people come from evangelical background, and some places teach that. A lot of people, she's from a Hindu, so they probably teach that in her culture. But there were people who was not even religious affiliated. Again, people like Obama, people like Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, and he always trying to sex somebody up. All these people were not with that until the past 10, 15 years at top. They didn't come out for it until Joe Biden said something during the 2008 election, and Obama had no choice but to get with the program. And a lot of times people say they're with it, and behind the scenes they're not with it, all because they're trying to get a vote or trying to get the LGBTQ support. Just like they try to act like they're for black people, and they know they're not for black people, ain't going to do nothing for black people, but they sit there and lie to get black people support. All right, let's look at another one. I'm not going to look at them all day. This one I'm going to talk about in a moment. All right, now, as you can see, I could not get to I could not get to Tulsi Gabbard's platform, but this is her platform for the U.S. Senate as a congressman, I think. But she had something about affordable housing. She has a policy or plans to put in legislation to deal with affordable housing, the code for migration, ending the war in Syria. A lot of people don't like her because she went down and talked to Bashar and tried to listen to this dude. The nerves of her to go down there and talk to Bashar after he done killed all these people. He may have killed people, but what we say he's killed, who we say he killed, how he said he killed people, sound a little fishy. And if I go over that, you're going to say I'm trying to do conspiracy theory. No, you blaming this man for something that the Turkish could have did, or al-Nusra or ISIS did. Come on now. Come on. So what's the big deal of her going down there? You got to understand something about Syria, and I'm not going to go into this. Syria is a melting pot. Syria is just like Iraq, was open to multiculturalism, multi religions, And they did not suppress. They were pretty much a democratic state, even though these people been in office forever. And just because they're not like us, we assume that, okay, they're dictators. Hey, they said that about Franklin Delano Roosevelt because he kept getting reelected. Why do we expect everybody in the country got to be ours? Anyway, let me get off that. So she's for the ending of the war series to the point that she actually went to talk to al-Assad. She went down there to talk to the people, and she went to the people to get the truth. She ain't listened to Republican talking point or Democratic crappy talking points to try to woo and swindle and scam the public. She went down to Syria. Mostly punk politicians ain't got the balls or galls to go down there because they're a bunch of punks. All they want to do is yip and yap their mouth instead of getting to the result and going down there and talking to the people. And if you get a chance, talk to the president, whom you call a dictator. No, you just want to talk, run your mouth and call people names and don't know what the hell or heaven you talking about. She's for gun control. She's for Medicare and Social Security. She's actually for Medicare for all, one of the first ones to really support Bernie Sanders in that endeavor. Trans-Pacific changing it. She's for changing the TPP. She is not for the TPP. We cannot allow this agreement for the sake of American middle class while foreign governments are allowed to devalue their currency, not officially. So you can go back and watch these things. So she's not for TPP. All right. What happened? Criminal justice reform. She have policies on growing the economy and provide more jobs. You take time out to go to this and look at it. I am not doing it for you. She got policies on rebuilding our infrastructure, policies on equality and marriage equality and things like that. So you take some time out. Net neutrality, renewable energy, on the war on terror, TPP, universal health care. So take time and read these yourself so you can get familiar with our policy. I'm not telling you to vote for her, but I'm just saying become an educated voter and not just count people off or blow people off. Look at the platform, see what they've done so far while they're in office, because there's a lot of legislation she put forward and they blew her off because she went to talk to the man in Syria. She actually came up with the bill to stop funding terrorists and they wanted to blow her off, saying that means you're on his side. Get out of here with this stuff. Anyway, let me keep going. So take some time out to go to and look at that platform. Of course, you ain't going to be able to do it on the presidential platform because you got to get money. That's an Act Blue thing. Go outside of her Act Blue and go to her Facebook group, go to her website, or go back to VoteTulsi.com and get to know all the issues that she is for. Now, let me go into this article. This article kind of ticked me off. Okay. Is Tulsi Gabbard the Jill Stein of 2020? The Democratic candidate perplexing Bananese foreign policy and passivity toward Assad may make her radioactive. And then there is the homophobia. There we go with this bull crap again. They're trying to get some points why you should not vote for her. She's perplexing. She's like Steve Bannon in her foreign policies. She's very passive toward Assad. And she's a homophobe. All right, let me get into this article. These people are idiots. The ill will toward Hawaiian Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard, who announced Friday that she is running for president, goes a long way toward explaining the political psychosis that has gripped the Democratic Party since Russia intervened in the 2016 to elect Donald Trump. Here we go with this crap again. There's still no evidence that Russia intervened in electing Donald Trump. Still no evidence. The little evidence they got is shaky as crap. They just can't believe that Hillary Clinton sucked so bad that people just wasn't going to vote for her butt. They just thought she was the darling queen that's going to be crowned, and she lost. You know what I'm saying? I got to tell you, I like to watch the beginning of Michael Moore's movie, 11/9, Fahrenheit 11/9, and boy, I got to tell you, that's like porn. That's political porn to me, to see all those people who, you know, I was not happy that Trump won, But I sure was happy Hillary Clinton didn't win. To me, it was a win-lose situation. It was a lose-lose situation anyway, because we had two loser candidates. Losers. And we felt it was our obligation to vote for one of these two losers. Well, since you brought the article up, I found it my obligation to vote for the greater of good and Jill Stein. Why? Not because of the party, not for all this bull crap about her eating dinner in Russia. Oh, God, that's so dumb. It's because of her platform. I already said that in another timeline, let me read this. The ill will toward Hawaii Congressman Tulsi Gabbard, who announced Friday that she is running for president, goes a long way toward explaining the political psychosis that has gripped the Democratic Party since Russia intervened in the 2016 to elect Donald Trump. The Russians didn't intervene to elect Donald Trump. The people elected Donald Trump because Hillary Clinton sucked worse than Donald Trump. She sucked. And she was too elitist, she was too snobbish, she was too uppity to even go to the places that matter in campaign. No, she's going to send surrogates out there and put up cardboard cutouts of her as if people want to sit next to that mess and take pictures. I would have kicked that mess down, probably did something else to it. In another timeline, Gabbard might be an ideal 2020 candidate. Samoan American, Hindu, female, an Iraq war veteran, an environmentalist who broke the DNC to support Bernie Sanders over Hillary Clinton in the primaries. And that's still good stuff. But Democratic attitudes have changed since Trump took office. No, corporate Democrats and people who support corporate Democrats or established Democrats change. Progressive Democrats, independents who make majority of America, and Republicans, including libertarians, Democratic socialists, they still like Tulsi Gabbard. And a lot of them love Jill Stein. So this is the perfect article. Liberals. You're talking about liberals. There's a difference between progressives and there's a difference between liberals. Liberals who once encouraged diverse primaries are now deeply suspicious of alleged spoilers like 2016 Green Party candidate Jill Stein. Jill Stein did not spoil nothing. So stop with the ledge. The vote count for Jill Stein was so small. And how can you be a spoiler? Matter of fact, if you're worried about spoilers, Tulsi Gabbard put a piece of legislation to go back to paper ballots. People have been putting in legislation to go to ranked choice voting. But your Democratic and Republican elite, these corporate con jobs, refuse to support them because it will cause them to lose their power. Like 2016 Green Party candidate Jill Stein, who has faced questions about her ties to Russia. She went to Russia to visit. She went to a dinner. She ate dinner. Putin happened to sit at her table. Ain't nobody planning nothing at no dinner about a whole bunch of people. What you were talking about? You thought it was a seminar on how to steal the American election? Get out of here with this crap. It was a peace summit. A peace summit, knuckleheads. So Russia allowed Americans who are for peace to come to Russia to talk about peace. He wasn't going to allow Hillary Clinton to come because she's a warmonger. He wasn't going to allow Obama to come, warmonger. Sure wasn't going to allow Lindsey Graham and John McCain. They're warmongers. And you wonder why they was not at that meeting when they could have been. Well, why was General Kelly there? I guess he was for peace. But this was a peace summit. Jill Stein, who has faced questions for her ties to Russia, a party that has traditionally prided itself on skepticism toward military interventionism, has since embraced a more muscular anti-Russian foreign policy. A more muscular anti-Russian foreign policy. All of which make Gabbard the odd woman out in a soon-to-be crowded field. Perhaps the biggest red flag for the Russiagate crowd is Gabbard's perplexing coziness with Syrian dictator Bashar al-Assad. Nobody's worrying about that but your corporate con jobs, with whom she met in 2017. Gabbard did not notify her Democratic peers. Why should she? It's her own trip. Kiss my behind. I do whatever I want to do. I ain't got to let y'all know nothing. I didn't do it for the sake of my party. I did it for the sake of peace. Gabbard did not notify her Democratic peers before flying to Syria on the trip, which was sponsored by a far-right group which connected to Greek right-wing nationalists. Here we go with this crap. Afterward, Gabbard said she was skeptical that Assad had used chemical weapons against his own people. I'm skeptical. Most of America is skeptical. We don't believe what these people say that's in these higher-ups, what we call the alphabet boards, the FBI, CIA, and all that. They lie so much. Why should we automatically believe you? Give me some proof. I'm not just going to automatically believe you because you said it. Afterwards, Gabbard said she was skeptical that Assad had used chemical weapons against his own people, calling the accusation just another round of pointing fingers. Critics have accused her of being an Assad shield and therefore also a Putin puppet. Where you get the Putin puppet? Because she's an Assad shield. Well, Assad is friends with Putin, so she got to be a Putin puppet too. Or as a Russian state television network, RT, put it, why you call it Russian state television? It's a Russian network that has a U.S. division that is more open to actually reporting real news than most of these corporate con job media network. They're in a seek firsthand account. I guess you're going to get me because I'm not listening to you. I don't give a crap what you do. By the way, people, if they ever kick me off this, you can find me on Steemit. You can find me on all the other platforms too. I'm moving a lot of my content over there because I don't trust Google, YouTube, because they've been kissing up to the establishment. All right, so Gabbard, foreign policy heterodoxy might be surmountable if not for a multitude of other or original sins. In late 2016, amid rumors that she was being considered for a Trump administration position, Gabbard took a Trump Tower meeting brokered by Steve Bannon, who praised the Democrat for embracing the term radical Islamic terrorism. There is such thing as radical Islamic terrorism. It's not as radical as the Republicans think it is, but there's a lot of Islamic people that are radical and producing terrorism. That doesn't mean all Islamics are radical. And to me, nothing wrong with being radical. It's just, are you radical for what? What are you radical about? If you're radical about terrorism, I don't care if you Islamic Christian or anything. We got radical Islamic Christianity. We dropping Christian bombs all over the place, making my faith look bad. Yeah, I'm a Christian. So she met with Steve Bannon, praised the Democrat for embracing the term. Outside of U.S. politics, Gabbard has offered vociferous support for India's staunchly national Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who, as Chief Minister of Gujarat, was accused of complicity in the 2002 religious riot against Muslims that killed more than 1,000 people. Barack Obama, for what it's worth, had an unlikely friendship with Modi himself. Fears that Gabbard might play the Jill Stein ex-spoiler then are likely overblown. If only because Gabbard's presidential aspirations are probably dead on arrival. Over the weekend, the photogenic 37-year-old congresswoman was forced to apologize for working for her father's anti-gay organization in the early 2000s, which actively opposed same-sex marriage in Hawaii, supported conversion therapy, and attempted to bar LGBTQ people from teaching in school. As a state representative, Gabbard was not quiet about her beliefs, testifying on a committee in 2004 against homosexual extremists. Again, it depends on how your extremism is being instituted. If you're a homosexual extremist that's trying to commit violence or trying to force people into doing certain things, it's not about your homosexuality, it's the extremist part. Nothing wrong with being radical. It's what you're radical about. Is your radical stance is so strong that you will commit violence to do it. Anyway, 2004 against homosexual extremists pushing for civil unions. For today's Democratic Party, no love of surfing, millennium, Elon, or fondness for Nicholas will be enough to overcome past homophobia or Trumpian foreign policy, as RNC spokesman Michael Edrin told Axios, liberals think she's too conservative. Conservatives think she's too liberal. And just about everyone think her coziness with Bashar al-Assad is disturbing. That doesn't leave many constituents in Gabbard's corner, except perhaps RT. Oh, little jab at RT. All right, let me get off this. All right, so these people are funny. They're very hilarious in their comedy. First of all, as I told you before, I don't take sides. But I am trying to be truthful about certain things. I have to say this to the media and to these politicians on the Democratic side and conservative side. We get what you're doing. You're trying to smear her because you fear her. It's just like Alexandria Ocasio. You're trying to smear her because you fear her. Now, she could be a sheepdogger. She could be a person that's trying to keep people to join the Democratic Party. She could be used by the Democrats to get independents to join the Democratic Party. There's no way in heaven or hell I'm joining any Democratic Party. I'm in New York State, and New York is one of the worst places to vote. You have to register way in August. This August, you got to register to vote for next April. Crazy, right? Yeah, it's crazy. Take my glasses off. This is not an open primary state. It is a closed primary state, which means if you want to vote for a real progressive that happens to run in a party, they force you to join that party. The Democrats definitely do that. Is that fair? No, because they try to put in a policy that people can register on the same day, and we should be able to have the day off for voting. Tulsi also voted for that. Same day registration, open primaries, or the ability to take off to go vote. They all shut her down. So I don't care if she's in the Democratic Party. The Democratic establishment do not like her. The Republican conservative establishment do not like her. Now you got those people that are a little edgy. Liberals might, libertarians might cater toward her because of her platform. Progressives, they cater to her because she has majority of the same views as Bernie Sanders, majority, not all of them. But the article was if she's going to be the next Jill Stein. What did Jill Stein do in this election? She did not cause Hillary to lose. Hillary started losing the moment she opened up her big mouth. Oh, she thought she had it straight. Oh, I'm winning. It's obvious I'm going to be the president. It's mine. And as a result of that, she got laxed. And then go out there and work her butt off and earn people vote. She just thought people would assume that she's going to get the vote. And oh, let's put Trump out there. Let's make him the Pied Piper. And let's make him the most horrible thing so people can not vote for him. When Trump was out there saying things that she would not say. I'm going to bring jobs back. I'm not going to get rid of the coal mine. I mean, I could keep the coal and bring new energy here. I'm not going to get rid of your jobs. I'm going to change this partnership and scrap this Trans-Pacific Partnership. Nah, we ain't doing that. I'm going to also change all the other trade deals. Now, he's not doing none of that. He did change the TPP and redid NAFTA and stuff like that, but he made it look more like TPP. Little changes here and there. So we, as independents, get what you're doing, and it ain't going to work. You're trying to smear her, lying. What's wrong with talking to Assad? What's wrong with going down to Syria and talking to the people of Syria? Why she got to get Democratic position? She got her own money. She can fly anywhere she want and talk to whoever she want. She is a human being. I got a check. I'm flying wherever I want. Government don't own me. Kiss my behind. And if I'm talking to the people and the people telling me something totally different from what America's telling me, who you think I'm going to listen to? If the people are telling me something that the FBI boys are totally different from the alphabet boys tell me, who you think I'm going to listen to? I'm going to listen to the people that are in that area. And if I can get into the mind of why that man, I will question him and ask him, why don't you take some time out and go back and look at that interview that Tulsi Gabbard had with Bashar. Go back and look at Abby Martin's video. See, America, they interviewed him, and the man spoke up, and they still don't believe him. Come to find out, a lot of those weapons that are being used, come to find out, some of the gases was a hoax. Someone was real, but it didn't come from him. I'm not saying the dude is innocent. He probably is a monster, but no more monster than some of the people in our government. We got some monstrous people in this government. It wouldn't take them nothing to be kind of Assad Basharish in their thinking when it comes to dealing with these other countries, especially black and brown countries that's rich with the resources. So nobody's falling for that. Now let me get on Jill Stein. Jill Stein has a right to run for office. Jill Stein should be able to get the same platform as the 100 Democrats on the stage that's going to be up there with Tulsi and the rest of them. Tulsi, Gillibrand, Kamala Harris, probably Cory Booker, Castro. There's going to be 1,000 people on the stage trying to say why they should be president. And a lot of them going to get drowned out. And a lot of them going to fall apart. None of them got the fire and the guts and the balls like Trump did, except Richard Ojeda. Richard Ojeda will get in your behind if need be. You know, I don't think Bernie Sanders have the cojones like he used to have back in the day. Tulsi Gabbard is just so sweet, kind, and poised. You know, so many people running for office, like I said, that don't have the juice. Yeah, you got the policies, but you ain't got the balls to go after your own when it comes to policies to help people. You got policies to help people, but you won't shame your own for not having policies to help people. So I say you got to have the juice. So I'm done with this. Tulsi Gabbard is running, and they're already doing hit pieces and smear campaigns to make her look like people are not for her. Let me tell you something. Majority of the Democrats in that party, they're not going to go corporate elite. They're not going to be going for the corporate establishment. Majority of them are going to go with a progressive. The corporate Democrats and establishment Democrat knows this, so they're going to try to shut that stuff down. They could be behind these hit pieces. They could have been encouraging them to put these hit pieces out. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it a bit, because that's what they do. And then you got the Republicans. They're going to encourage hit pieces. So they're going to crap on her, hoping that majority of the independents, majority of the Democrats, hoping some of the Democrats pull away from her, because all they need is a little bit, and hoping that the independents pull away from her, hoping that the independents will come to her side. They know most of the Democrats are not going to vote Republican, but if they can get most of the independents, they can win. Trump get the presidency for another 4 years. Do not listen to these papers. Go find out for yourself who this person is, what they've done in the past, what they're doing now, what they plan on doing in the future, and are they really for you? Are they really for you? Now, Jill Stein, wonderful candidate, great platform. I was going to go to the platform. You go look at the platform. Everything that Bernie Sanders pretty much got on his platform came from the Green Party. Came from the Green Party. A lot of things that more progressives are running on, that Justice Democrat is running on, a lot of things that Brand New Congress is running on, a lot of things that Our Revolution running on, copycat from the Green Party. Copy, biters, Xeroxers. They got it off them. Why? Because people know, they know that that platform is a winning platform. The only thing about the Green Party is these two duopoly parties are trying to drown them out and shut them up. They want to have total control. If she get any kind of leverage and get any votes, she's considered a spoiler instead of a competitor. Anyway, I'm done with this piece. Tulsi Gabbard running for president. Already, the Democratic establishment, the Republican establishment, and the media behind them are crapping on her so hard that they hope she can get buried in the doo-doo. Now, like I said, I'm independent. I'm cynical of every politician, including Tulsi Gabbard. But I've seen some of the things she's doing. I've seen some of the legislation she put out. It ain't her fault that you knuckleheads don't, that those knuckleheads will not support it. Will I vote for her for president? As I said before, as right now, I haven't seen nobody worthy of my vote until I hear them on that stage. Let's see how serious they are about helping the American people. I'm not voting for you so you can be in that office and you're not going to help people. Show me your guts. Show me your passion. Show me your sweat. Show me your tears before, during, and what you plan on doing after you become president. And you may have my support. I don't give a crap what party you are. You show it to me. You show me you're going to help people, working people, the working class. You show me your track record of what you did, what you're doing, and what you plan on doing, and you may get my vote. Other than that, you don't get my vote. I am not a slut voter. Go back and watch my video called Slut Vote. I'm not a slutty voter. I'm not just giving it up because of a D or R or whatever. I need to get real familiar with you. I got to get to know you, and I got to see how really good you are before I give you my committed vote. And I hope America is the same way. I'm Robert Brown with the Rob Report. I'll holler at you soon. Peace.